when you're reaching the end of making your game, you might realize that you want to add live voice actors to your game just to add a little bit more depth. If that's something that you want to do, you can go to the System Screens section, enable Allow Narration Audio, and you'll see a little button that says Get Transcript of Entire Game. If you open that up, you'll get a CSV file of the entire script that's in your game, and those are the speeches that are used between all the NPCs and playable characters. And if there's even a speech that's only made by one specific playable character, it will be listed here. So you can see the global speeches as well as the room speeches. So that's just a quick handy thing to have that you can print out, and then that's something that you can give to your live actors. So now that's done, we can then go to the rooms, and then when you have your narration file that's per room basis, so in this case we've got the hallway, and that's going to have its own sound audio file. So we'll go to the room narration now that we've enabled it from the system screen setting. We'll choose the file that we wish to have. We'll choose the game creative folder and the active voices, and in this case we can choose the hallway narration. Very much like you saw in my other video, which is room speech versus global speech, that should give you an understanding as to when to use room speech and global speech files. So we can play this.
That door leads back to the living room. That door leads to the kitchen, but it's locked.
And right here we want to select all the different speeches throughout this room, and we can select the actual areas for those as a sound sprite. So for example, let's do the door to the living room. We have the speech that says that door leads back to the living room, and all playable characters say that. So we'll choose the narration clip, and we need to set that for both the boy and the girl.
That door leads back to the living room.
So the very first one there is for the boy, so we'll select that. We can just click it to hear it again.
That door leads back to the living room.
And I'd really suggest that you get it really tight together with the speeches so that there's not a massive gap before and after the speech.
That door leads back to the living room.
So that's the boy done, and then we'll do the girl. Now, as you'll see in the example audio files, you usually have, at least I have all the actors reading all their lines. So actor one, in this case the boy, would do all his lines by himself, and then the girl would do all of her lines by herself, but I'll combine it into one MP3 file. So now that's done, we'll try and search for the girl saying the exact same lines.
I can't reach the lock, I'm not tall enough.
So I haven't quite found it yet.
That door leads to the kitchen, but it's locked. That door leads to Dad's office. We're not allowed in there. Oh, that's my sister over there.
That door leads back to the living room.
And that's the one we want. So the exact same speech made by the female actor.
That door leads back to the living room.
And we'll save that. Then, of course, just save your room. And that's that. You might have a very rare circumstance. The app uses quite a lot of memory in itself to be an editor. As you can appreciate, there's quite a lot of things going on. You might get a situation where you might call up the voice manager, in this case the one we've just done, so we can see the files in there. And in rare circumstances this might not load properly, it might be completely blank. To get around that, just simply hit F5 on your whole application, and then it will load up again. It very rarely happens, but you might get that it's just a very rare case scenario.